The Baltimore Ravens have some big decisions to make in the 2024 free agency, none bigger than what they decide to do with Justin Madubuike. We discuss all options next on the GM. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the GM. It is your guy, Boulanger. Up next on the GM, what will the Ravens do with Justin Madubuike? Do me a quick favor, hit like. If it is your first time checking out the GM, hit subscribe. Also, hit the notification bell so that you get updates when we upload new content. Let's talk about it. So the Baltimore Ravens have a big three when it comes to their 23 free agents. Those big three are Geno Stone, Patrick Queen, and Justin Madubuike. And it seems like the sentiment is that Madubuike is the most important of all of those three, and the Baltimore Ravens should do everything they need to do to get him signed. So my question is, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that the Baltimore Ravens should sign Justin Madubuike at all cost, or is there a price that the Baltimore Ravens should not exceed? Because the question is, do you pay an interior defensive lineman almost $100 million? The Baltimore Ravens have not gotten the value out of their $100 million contracts over the last couple of years. They paid Marlon Humphrey almost $100 million. I think it was like 97 million, something like that. Have not gotten that value back. They paid Ronnie Stanley almost $100 million. They have not got that value back. And so the question is, do you put that kind of money into an interior defensive lineman? I've seen some contract projections for Madubuike based on his market value. I've seen prices in between um, 4 years, 92 million, up to 4 years, 99 million, which puts him in between um, 23 and 28.6 million dollars. That's a lot of money for one player that plays the interior defensive line. I'm not saying he's not worth it. I'm just really asking you guys, what do you guys think? Is there a cap on what the Baltimore Ravens should pay Madubuike, or is it an approach, sign him at all costs? Uh, Personally, I think it should be a maximum in place, right? I want to toss you guys another question. If the Baltimore Ravens could sign Patrick Queen and Geno Stone, but Madubuike is the sacrifice, right? Do you make that move? You got to remember, the reason why I make content the way I make content is for discussion and conversation. It's not necessarily to tell you that I'm right or wrong. It's to give you what I'm thinking, tell you some questions that I have, and I want to hear back from you guys. Um, So personally, I think that if the Ravens could sign Queen and Stone and Madubuike be the sacrifice, I think that's a good move, right? And the reason why I think that's a good move is because there is roughly 15 guys in this year's draft. Now, let me be clear: they're not just in Madubuike, but there's about 15 guys in this draft who are plug and play guys, right out of the draft. You will see me talk about some of those guys when I get into the combine conversation, which will start on Thursday of this week. And so I think that you could certainly split that money between Stone and Queen, and Madubuike be the sacrifice. I wouldn't be mad at that, nor would I be mad if the Baltimore Ravens re-signed Justin Madubuike. But I think there must be a cap. I've seen some projections for Chris Jones, and his projection is 4 years, 112 million. And uh, I think that he's going to set the market for the rest of these D tackles, Chris Jones, Wilkerson, and Madubuike. And so I just think that the Baltimore Ravens have to have a cap. So you guys may be wondering, well, Belanger, what would you pay Madubuike? I think that 4 years and 92 million, I think is a good price, right? On a franchise tag, if they franchise tagged him, I think that that franchise tag is 22.8 million. So that's still right there at the $23 million price point. I think that if they did a 4 year 92 million, um, I think they could certainly do like a $23 million signing bonus, $10 million first year salary. That means he would collect about 33 million. and then they would owe something like 59 million over the last 3 years, which comes out to be about 19 million dollars. I think that would be a good price. I wouldn't go much higher than that, only because you got so many other guys coming down the pipe that needs to be signed. So that would be the salary range that I would do. 4 years, 92 million. I would sneak up to 4 years, 96 million, maybe. Again, I don't know if they get the value back out of him, because we haven't got the payoff from those um, almost $100 million contracts that we've paid out. Uh, so, um, but I think that if they're going to use the franchise tag, of the two that they have, I think they should use the transitional tag. The reason why I think they should use the transitional tag versus the regular franchise tag is because if you tag in with the regular franchise tag, that's 22.8 million. There's no room to wiggle. That's the price, and free agency is basically over at that point. If they franchise tag him, there is no movement for free agents. We would have to rework Lamar Jackson. We would have to cut Ronnie Stanley. We would have to get rid of Tyus Bowser, and those moves are going to be made anyway. But until those restructures got done, hopefully they would be done before free agency starts. We would be froze before free agency even gets started. If we do the transitional tag, it allows Justin to negotiate with other teams. And if we don't match the other team, then we get two draft picks. Now I don't know where his draft picks fall because he's a Pro Bowler. Do we get first rounders? Do we get second rounders? I can't remember if it's an automatic first round, two first round draft picks or not. But if it is an automatic two first round draft picks and somebody wants to negotiate with Justin BK, I'm certainly fine with letting him walk in free agency. Uh, I certainly think the defensive front will take a step back, but I certainly think that there's a lot of value in free agency. There's a lot of value in this draft where he could be easily replaced. Now, when I say easily replaced, I mean it will be easy to find somebody to plug into his spot. I don't mean that somebody will come in and replicate his productivity. I'm just presenting to you guys what the options are. I think the options are signing between 4 years and 92 to 99 million, which which is a big signing. Franchise tagging, which freezes all of our free agency negotiations until we create some cap space, or use the transitional tag, which I think is the better of the options. If he doesn't have a deal in place before free agency starts, I think the transitional tag makes the most sense, because if we don't want to match a certain price point, we automatically get some draft compensation, which will be better than the um, third round draft compensatory pick that we will get for the 2025 draft. So I certainly think that that is the better of the options. I'm not wanting to hamstring the Ravens to just this one signing. Right? The Ravens have a lot of holes to fill. He's just one of many holes. He may be super important to the defense, but we've been kind of stuck in um, a holding pattern when it comes to offensive um, team building, roster building on the offense side of the ball, because we put so much effort, energy, and capital into the defense side of the ball. So I certainly think this should be a season where we really consider the offense over the defense, because we still have some elite talent at the middle linebacker position and also at the safety position. And so I think that that defensive tackle position could be replaced pretty easily. I didn't say replicated, I just said replaced. So you guys let me know what you guys want me to know. Do you guys think the Baltimore Ravens should sign him at all costs? Do you think that there should be a price point that the Baltimore Ravens don't want to exceed? And then which franchise tag do you think they should use? I think, again, the transitional tag makes the most sense. So he can negotiate with other teams and allow his market to be set outside of Baltimore. So listen, let me know what you guys want me to know. Uh, Stay tuned for the next video and getting real about the Ravens, and then we'll start our mock drafts and combine talk.